we'll be getting a perspective of what the business thinks the way forward is. So simply, this is what we are going to be talking about. And if our customers do stay online with us right to the end, we are giving away some prizes. They just might walk away with something. So thank you very much, customers, for joining us, our followers. Simpiwe, before we go on to discuss the business of the day and bring in our guests, maybe we can look at what is on the diary.
Thank you so much, Mr. Whedon. We have quite an exciting couple of days coming up. Tomorrow, we're actually going live on our weekly VOC program. We'll be live on Facebook, and we'll also be live on Facebook, on VOC. So I would encourage everyone to actually tune in on VOC or tune in on our Facebook page at 1:30 tomorrow. So it's on every Friday. Since it's Men's Health Month, we'll actually be talking about what United Health Insurance, one of our subsidiaries, will be bringing us this month. So, and then next week, we're actually having our first ever product presentation, where we'll be presenting one of our short-term products, public fidelity guarantee insurance. This is a product for professionals out there. You could be a lawyer, an accountant. As long as you're offering advice to someone, you definitely need this product. On Friday next week, we'll be launching a sponsorship for Nkonyeni. We did a sponsorship towards Nkonyeni. As a company, we do support sporting activities. So it's really quite interesting. We do have quite other events coming up in the next couple of weeks and months, but we just want to just share these 2 weeks only. Thank you, Mr. Berry.
Hey, thanks, Simpiwe. That's a pretty lengthy diary that you have. So in order for our customers, our followers not to miss anything, they must stay glued to this platform, to our channels. Watch out for our activity on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on WhatsApp. If you're a customer, you know how to get a hold of us. Before we even go further, I think I would like to just give people our contacts. If you need to get a hold of us for any reason, our toll-free number is 800-1010, 800-1010. Our WhatsApp number is 7808-8050. You can also get us on our website, www.united.co.za.
Thank you so much for those contacts, Mr. Berry. I think right now I would want to encourage our followers to actually comment on the comment section. There are questions that they may have. Probably they want to find out about premiums, whatever. Any question that may have, this is your opportunity to share whatever that you want to know about United Holdings. After all, this is Know Your Insurer. Get to know what United Holdings is all about, what probably you need to know about your policy. You may have a policy or wish to have a policy with us. Do not be shy. Do put on your comments or your questions at the comment section. Thank you.
Thank you, Simpiwe. I think let's get straight onto it. We don't have much time. So maybe my first question I would like, before I even start with the question, can I introduce our Chief Operations Officer, who in other organizations will be the equivalent of the Chief Executive Officer. In our organization, he is called the Chief Operations Officer. So he's the lead manager in our business. Mr. Ndlovu, welcome to the show.
Good evening, Mr. Berry and Simpiwe. Thank you very much. It's an absolute honor for me to be invited to this interactive session with United Holdings clients, potential clients, as well as the nation at large. Thank you very much for the invitation to this excellent initiative where we are speaking to our customers live. I'm excited that we are catching our customers at a time they should be at the comfort of their homes, on their mobile devices, wherever they are able to connect us from. Thank you very much. It's an honor for me.
It's a pleasure having you, Mr. Ndlovu. But you're not working alone. Like I said earlier on, you're also with Mr. Sakile Zwane, our GM operations. Mr. Zwane, would you like to say hello to the viewers?
Hi, Mr. Pere, and hello to the viewers as well. For me as well, it's an absolute pleasure to be here. This is, I believe, is the first of many shows of such nature. We believe that we're here to provide the answers. We're here to provide the correct and accurate information. Having a person like Mr. Ndlovu in this meeting will have to be an indication that we are done with hearsay. Here we'll deal with facts and what's on the ground. So thank you for having me. Thank you for the opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Zwane. Precisely, you nailed it on the head, straight on the head. It is an absolute pleasure to have our Chief Operations Officer at our first show. So, and like you said, great things are lined up for the rest of the year. We have a schedule that is just exciting, where we will be educating, where we will be keeping you informed about what is happening at United Holdings, but about general insurance in general. It doesn't have to be about United Holdings. It could be just information that will help you make a wise decision. So to get into the discussion, Mr. Ndlovu, I would like to start with you. There seems to be a misunderstanding, or if I can call it that, or people don't seem to quite understand, where did United Holdings come from? Where is the difference between United Holdings and Dups? Would you care to give us a historic background of how United Health came to be?
Thank you, Mr. Bere, for that question. And I indeed acknowledge that there is some kind of confusion in the market with regards to the difference between United Holdings and Dups. Probably, as I start, let me highlight that United Holdings is not Dups Holdings. Dups Holdings is not United Holdings. And United Holdings has not taken over Dups Holdings. United Holdings is not a subsidiary of Dups Holdings. Now, our viewers, clients, potential clients would probably be saying, you have said what it is not, so what is it then? United Holdings is a financial services group which has 4 licensed FSPs, or financial service providers, within itself. These being United Life Assurance Limited. Mr. Sakile Zwane, our General Manager Operations, will expand much more on this. And then the second subsidiary is United General Insurance, which is our short-term entity. The third subsidiary being United Health Insurance Limited. And then the fourth entity or subsidiary being United Pay Limited. Now, these 4 subsidiaries altogether form the United Holdings portfolio, United Holdings itself being the parent company of these entities. I must say that United Holdings was born out of an entrepreneurial spirit by the shareholders of Dups Holdings, which is why there is an association or an associateship between these 2 entities. United Holdings came as a result of a need to meet a specific demand in the market, wherein within the Dups group of companies, there was an entity that EmaSwati would identify with, which was called Dups Direct Insurance, which had evolved from Dups insurance agencies. So let me just take you a little bit back and say, in the year 2000, a family that has become an asset in the Kingdom of Eswatini, the D'Souza family, Mr. Philip D'Souza as well as Nelson D'Souza, established an insurance entity called Dups Insurance Agencies, which was selling funeral insurance, and it was an agent. However, they had within themselves the full picture of where they were headed, the intention was always to establish a fully fledged insurance company. So it started off as Dups Insurance Agencies. In the year 2007, it was upgraded to Dups Insurance Brokers, still selling funeral insurance. Enter the demonopolization of the insurance industry in Eswatini from the years around 2008. Their own efforts were put in place to upgrade the brokerage as well. And the brokerage was successfully upgraded in the year 2013 to becoming a micro insurance company, which then was called Dups Direct Insurance, selling funeral insurance again. And the journey, the trajectory did not end there. We were a micro insurance company, and the intention, like I said earlier on, was always to establish a fully fledged insurance company. And that license was subsequently upgraded as well to a fully fledged company, which was now selling or was to sell all the life products. So the license was then upgraded from Dups Direct Insurance to United Life Assurance Limited, which is what we have today as one of the subsidiaries of United Holdings. And within the years as well, the management together with the directors under the entrepreneurial and astute leadership of the D'Souza family put together a strategy to ensure that we had a full portfolio of insurance and financial services products. And that led then to the establishment of our short-term wing, which is called United General Insurance Limited, which basically sells all the general insurance products or all short-term products. And we had an opportunity after the establishment of United General Insurance sometime in 2016, where there was a medical book that was in liquidation, where we managed to acquire that book through a tender, and that book was called GetMed. Once we acquired that book, we were able to put it within the short-term business, United General Insurance. But again, we had a strategic intention to ensure that this book was and would be administered as a separate book outside of the general short-term portfolio. So that book subsequently got its own license in the name of United Health Insurance. You realize that by now I've mentioned 3 subsidiaries of United Holdings, being United Life Assurance, United General Insurance, and United Health Insurance. The subsequent efforts then were to move that book from United General Insurance into United Health Insurance efforts, which were completed in the year 2019. And we had also within the Dups portfolio an entity that was trading in the micro lending space, which was called Dups Financial Solutions. And because of the establishment of a brand that was solely focusing on the financial services group, we saw a need to ensure that we were aligned in our financial services strategy. Therefore, we also sought for or applied for and were granted a micro lending license in the name of United Pay Limited, which then completes our current portfolio of our financial services products or companies, the 4 being United Life Assurance, United General Insurance, United Health Insurance, and United Pay. What this meant, viewers, as well as the host of this program, Simpiwe and Mr. Bere, is this gave an opportunity for Dups Holdings to continue with its traditional business, which it has been known for in the years, having been established in the 1940s. Dups Holdings continues to trade in the funeral undertaking space and continues to service EmaSwati in the funeral undertaking space, as well as other traditional business units within the Dups portfolio, including the pharmaceutical products. What I must also then highlight, therefore, is that the establishment or the transition of the financial services group from Dups meant that we then had to have distinct management teams that were to overlook or oversee these two different groups of companies. So as we speak right now, United Holdings Limited is a separate entity which is an associate of Dups Holdings, but is run distinctly from Dups, and it has its distinct management led by a board of directors who oversee the operations of the strategy of the group, and the management team led by the chief operations officer, and the different management team members, the ExCo team, the ManCo team, as well as the rest of the champions. We call our employees champions because they are championing the strategy of financial services in the company and in the nation at large. And Dups Holdings also continued and continues to date to run its own affairs. It has its own distinct management team running that group, and also the subsidiaries within Dups Holdings. The benefits, though, that have accrued and continue to accrue for our clients by being members or being subscribers to United Holdings is that the relationship between United Holdings and Dups Holdings has not been lost. There are benefits like enjoying discounts. If you are a funeral insurance policy holder with United Life Assurance, you tend to enjoy automatic benefits because the two entities, Dups Holdings as well as United Holdings, are joined at the top by the directors or the shareholders. So that's the relationship that exists in a nutshell, Ms. Dlamini as well as Mr. Bere. United Holdings and Dups Holdings are joined at the top by the shareholders, but the operations of these two entities are completely different. We enjoy the proximity of being in the same building, but our operations are completely different. However, we do appreciate that a lot of customers would still refer to United as Dups, and a lot of our customers would still want to identify with Dups. We appreciate that there is a history behind United Holdings and Dups. So our clients in certain instances continue to refer to us as Dups, but we are United Holdings. We are not Dups. We are an associate of Dups, meaning the two entities run alongside each other. I hope I've tried in a nutshell to explain the relationship between the two. Thank you, Mr. Bere and Ms. Dlamini.
Thank you, Mr. Ndlovu. I don't think anybody could have done it any better. You really have tried to explain it, and I hope our customers, our followers were following and would appreciate that the two are quite distinct, two distinct entities, and are only joined at the top where the shareholding sits. Thank you very much, Mr. Ndlovu. Maybe at this point,
Mr. Bere, may I just add this as well as a distinguishing factor between the two entities, that United Holdings focus is financial inclusion in the Kingdom of Eswatini. We run with a slogan that says "Nawe indlela yonke" as a brand. Thank you, Mr. Bere.
Most welcome, Mr. Ndlovu. I'm going to have to ask you to explain further on that at a later stage. For now, I would like to ask Mr. Zwane. Mr. Zwane, Mr. Ndlovu has just explained that United Holdings is a group of companies, 4 companies. Would you like to dive into that and take us further?
Thank you, Mr. Bere. Thank you, Mr. Ndlovu, for the groundwork as well. Perhaps as it has been mentioned that at United Holdings, we've got 4 subsidiaries, which I'll take them one by one. Because I believe this is the first of several other shows, Mr. Bere, I won't dive deep into it, but I'll just give an overview of what each subsidiary does. I think that the pioneer subsidiary would be the United Life Assurance, which is the direct emergence of your Dups Direct Insurance, which is the biggest company at the moment. So United Life Assurance is a fully fledged life insurer, which offers, for the moment, 2 products. And we are in the process of adding another product in our quest to diversify. For the moment, we offer what we call credit life insurance. Credit life insurance is whereby if you take credit, you buy credit life insurance so that when the unfortunate happens that you pass away, people won't go to your family to chase for those outstanding monies, that just go straight to the policies and recover those outstanding funds. That's one of the products. I think the most famous one we have under United Life is the funeral products. Funeral products, we have family covers, which cover the whole family. And in our instance, the family is whereby there is a person for the moment in this country. There's a man, a spouse, and several children. We hope it will stay, the family will stay in that manner in the country. And then we have other covers, Mr. Bere, which we call individual covers, whereby you say, my name is Sakile, I don't have anyone, I don't plan on having anyone, so I just have my own funeral cover, which is an individual cover. Because, Mr. Bere, you understand that in Eswatini, we've got several other nations who are resident in the country. We also have the people who are EmaSwati, who live in other countries. Then we've got what you call your home link funeral cover. Those are the covers that will cover for repatriation. Say if Leswati passes away in Namibia, such a policy will have to come in. If a person from, say, Kenya passes away in Eswatini, that will where these policies come in. And we also know that we, as EmaSwati, we are proud of our forefathers and our elders. Sometimes we call them our sisters. There's a thing we call a tombstone, whereby you buy insurance so that whenever a person dies, a couple of weeks later, you can buy a tombstone. In a nutshell, Mr. Bere, I can say United Life Assurance sells credit life insurance and funeral insurance. In due time, we will be introducing a new product, which is very, very exciting, that I promise you. If I may be allowed to proceed, we have another company working along with United Life Assurance, of course, United Health Company, United Health Insurance. This is not a medical aid; it's medical insurance. It looks almost the same, but it has some differences. But it's whereby you produce a card, you pay money, you produce a card at the hospital, you get help without producing any cash. But what we do is we sell what we call medical insurance, whereby you get help for early ailments. And we believe that we have one of the most competitive rates in the market. Hence, I'd allow or invite customers or prospective customers to visit our nearest branches, that is health insurance. We also have something called cashback. Cashback is whereby when you're in hospital, when you're hospitalized, if you spend more than 3 days, you start, if I may say, earning a salary. That is what cashback is. So for the moment, we've got these 2 types of covers under UHI, which is United Health Insurance. We are expanding our reach. We are present in almost all the big towns in Eswatini. We're looking to get into the smallest towns in Eswatini, your likes of Buhlatikulu, Bushlutse, Gomangayane, if you may consider those towns, and Bolavumisa. Yes, we do work and we are at par with our competitors. That is our UHI. Moving on to United General Insurance. That is the general type of insurance, what we know as insurance. The general part, we cover all angles of insurance. There is in the part of insurance that we do not cover, which is regulated by your FSRA. We have personal lines insurance, whereby I can cover my own home, my own car, my own cellular phone, and the likes. And we have commercial lines, all commercial lines. You have your bonds and guarantees, you have your construction works, you have your commercial agriculture, everything commercial we do cover. So for businesses, we cover burglary and theft, we cover fidelity guarantee, whereby some fidelities whereby some employees choose to be dishonest and take the employer's funds without asking for them. We cover those things as well under United General Insurance. And what we were famous for in the past few years is what we call legal insurance. Don't talk to me, talk to my lawyer, whereby you pay a small premium per month so that whenever you get into trouble, be it civil matter, criminal matter, administrative matter, you just call upon your policy and we hire for you the best lawyer the country can produce. That is the legal insurance. And if I may just give a sneak preview, I think Sipiwe did state this in the beginning. We are rolling out very, very interesting new products under UGI, which is general products. We have medical malpractice, which is a very, very important cover to have in this day and age whereby people have no shame in suing. If a doctor prescribes the wrong thing, they can get sued, which is where the medical malpractice comes in. And if I may give you a sneak as well, we will be officially launching our PINFG, which is our professional indemnity and fidelity covers. I think that should be within the next 7 days. That will be given to our viewers. In a nutshell, that would be on that would be the case on United General Insurance. The last company is our micro lending company, which is United Pay Limited. United Pay offers microloans. It can offer you loans of up to 20,000 malangeni, given you are employed. The employed issue is important because our loans are not secure. We don't ask you to give sureties of your land, give sureties of your car, give sureties of anything you have. We just trust that since you're employed, you will pay us back. We have a repayment period of up to 24 months. That is our United Pay microloans. We have something more exciting called Ishesha loan. Those are the type of loans we pay through what you call e-wallet. Those are the small loans just to cover those nitty-gritties. Those are the loans which can come up to 1,000 malangeni in totality, and then you pay it when you get paid at the end of the month. Recently, we have launched what we call Umlamleli, salary advance loan. It had a positive feedback from the market. Very, very exciting products under the microloan business. So in a nutshell, that is what we do. And as Mr. Ngoves alluded, these are 4 different companies. I don't want people to assume that because I've got general insurance, then I've got funeral cover as well. No, no, no. Those are different companies, different management, different staff as well, although they could overlap here and there, but these are just 4 different companies. Since it's an overview, Mr. Perry, let me just end there for now.
Thank you, Mr. Zwani. Absolutely a detailed overview, short overview. You know what, Mr. Zwani? The way I see it, from any person, okay, let me talk about myself. I'm covered on the life side with ULA. If I die, they can export me, right? My car is covered under UGI, and I also have legal insurance. So if I should be arrested willy-nilly, I know I will not spend the night in jail. And then if I get sick, I'm covered by UHI. I can be taken to hospital and be taken care of and hopefully come out there alive. But of all those, the company have talked, the last one is the best for me. Because every time, I actually have these guys on speed dial, because every time I feel my wallet, my back pocket is going low, I just pick up the phone and ask for a top up. And I'm smiling as I feel the tinkle in my back pocket as the wallet gets bigger because I have just been extended a loan. So for those who might not know what we are talking about, United Pay, they offer you loans within hours. So if you need a loan, just go to UP Loans. This is on your website. Go to uploans.united.co.sz. uploans.united.co.sz. You will get a loan within minutes. Simply, I think our next guest should be Wiseman Melanie, because I just love talking about the loans. I mean, I find them off. It's the best thing.
We all need money, Mr. Viden. We all need money. You know, a little post always goes a long way.
Wonderful. Do you have any questions that may be pressing that you want to share at this point?
I think maybe this is to say hi to our followers on Facebook. We have Zwelakhe from Buhleni. We have Ngosi Pendulile Zigalala from Hlangano. Hlomile Dlamini from Manzini. Sibusisiwe. Hello, Hazel. Thank you for watching. We have Nati Dlamini from Ezulini. We have Mr. Pave. Hello, Mr. Pave. Thank you for watching. We have Seben Dlamini from Babane. Thank you so much for watching the program, and we hope we'll be with you going forward. And of course, we do have a question from David Kumado, who joined us via Zoom, our Zoom platform. I think this one is directed to Ms. Deswane. I'll read it as it is and not rephrase it, just in case I lose the translation. So he says, greetings, thank you for the platform. I would love to find out more about life insurance for individuals, if it is offered, and by any chance, is there any product or package that can cover all my insurance needs, e.g. health, life, home, motor vehicle, like a bungalow, I believe. That's what he is asking.
Thanks, Simphiwe. And Mr. Zwane, I hope you got that.
Yes, thanks, Ruben. I got that. I think it's about what your elaboration after my presentation, that you can get covers for everything under United Holdings. That's why we've got something called the loyalty card program, whereby we get to link all your policies into one, whereby you can identify you under the health business, identify the life business and the short-term business. You can get all of this in one. As it has been alluded, sometimes you get certain discounts because with one company. So yes, you can get that blanket cover, because in this case, we do say in our values, one of them is being a customer-centric. If a customer needs something, it's our duty to provide. When it comes to the individual covers, may I make it clear that it's not the whole life or the life covers. For now, we are speaking about funeral covers. For example, we charge you like, say, 116 Malangeni for a 50,000 cover. Unfortunately, these covers are regulated. We cannot go beyond 50,000 just for the moment, as that is the regulated figure. But yes, we do give individual covers 50,000 Malangeni, up to 50,000 Malangeni. So that would be my answer today.
Thank you, Mr. Zwane. I hope the question has reached home, or the answer has reached home. I want to move on back to you, Mr. Ndlovu, with the next question.
Sorry, Gwyneth, maybe
sure.
Just before we move on, apologies for interjecting there. I think probably may I request to Ms. Deswane to actually clarify the difference between life insurance and the funeral insurance that we are providing, because most of the time we do get inquiries as to say, someone would say, do you have life insurance, when they want funeral insurance, and then probably they'd say, do you have funeral insurance, when they want life insurance. Can you please give us the difference between the two products, Mr. Zwane?
Thank you, Simphiwe. I hope I won't confuse even more. I want to give you 3 products instead of 2.
Okay, thank you.
Confuse you. We've got something called whole life insurance.
Yes.
That is whereby you pay something like, say, 250 Malangeni per month to an insurance company. You pay that over your lifespan, so that whenever you die, you your family gets, say, 3 million. Right? That's your whole life insurance. And there's something called term life insurance. That's a type of insurance people take up to provide a security for a certain loan. For instance, if I want a loan from a bank of 10 years, and the bank says, I want something to hold on, what you do is you take that policy, which is term life insurance, and then cede it to the bank, so that when you die, they don't take your property, but instead they make good of that product. That is term life insurance. it's with regards to to a certain loan, such that if you die, the person who holds that policy for you gets to take over, and then don't bother your family. That is the pegged to your life. Whole life is a legacy. When I die, that's money will never touch, by the way. When I die, you get to hold on to those millions. Term life is for a shorter period, say 10 to 15 years. Sometimes, if you like it, 20 years. That is term life insurance. And then we talk about funeral insurance. Funeral insurance has an event in mind. That event is the funeral ceremony, right? Whenever I die, it's not some legacy I'm leaving to my children, not some legacy I'm leaving for the people I live with to further the business I have, but to cater for the event of a funeral. That is funeral insurance. That is why it is pegged at a value which the regulator deems would be sufficient to take care of all the needs in a funeral. And that last one is the one we offer. Funeral insurance is pegged for a specific event after you die. Almost similar, but they've got different purposes. Thanks, Simple.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Zwane. Over to you, Mr. Whedon.
Thanks, Simpiwe. I hope that really clarifies the confusion that may be between these different products. I was about to ask Mr. Ndlovu to step in. I have a question for Mr. Ndlovu so that we move on and try to cover as many of the questions that we have as possible. Mr. Ndlovu, the world has been affected by COVID-19 pandemic. I think this is the topical issue everywhere. We have seen of late, though, a letter that you have sent out to our customers. Please elaborate the intention, what your message you are trying to deliver to the customers.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bere. And thank you for the customers, the viewers, the clients that are watching us. I trust that they are getting clarity on issues that they may have been having questions on. Now, to get back to your question, Mr. Bere, truly the advent of coronavirus meant a lot of things. The markets were destabilized, our way of life was destabilized, the way we do things was completely destabilized, and incomes were affected, companies closed down, many people were affected negatively in one way or the other. And what has tended to happen is some of the products, some of the services that people used to subscribe to, used to buy, people have had to shy away from them, have had to move away from them, understandably so. With regards to United Holdings and the products that we are offering, we appreciate that this pandemic has meant that people, in certain instances, have to cut on insurance. Unfortunately, cutting on insurance means you are cutting out what you would most definitely need at a time of a crisis. The pandemic coronavirus has meant that, among other things, the health systems have been affected, public health in particular. We have seen a lot of families losing their loved ones, and we have seen a lot of them trying to put together resources at these very difficult times. And unfortunately, the pandemic has been such that in certain instances, not only one family member has been lost, 2 family members lost in one family, 3, 4, 5, which is what you'd probably call a catastrophe. And putting resources together for a funeral as a basic, you would realize that has not been the easiest. And unfortunately, you find that everyone is challenged, and therefore trying to put together the monies to help in the funeral is a challenge. So as an organization, I would like to say to you, Mr. Bere, the letter that has been sent to the customers, of course it had my signature as the Chief Operations Officer, but it is a letter that is from United Holdings, including yourself, to all our customers, to say, as United Holdings, the challenges that our customers and potential customers are going through, we understand them. It is a journey that we are walking through. I call it a journey because humanity has faced pandemics before. Pandemics have come and gone. Humanity has survived. Now, after humanity survives, we need to be able to look back and say, where did we come from? What happened? And that journey, we are saying our customers must not feel they are alone. We are working with our customers every step of the way. We want to hold them when they need us the most. We want to speak to them when they need us the most. We want to talk to them when they need us the most. We want to visit them when they need us the most. We have introduced initiatives for our United Health Insurance where we visit our customers when they are in sickness, because we are not about taking premiums from them. We are about providing a health solution for them in the most difficult times. So we visit our customers to speak to them, to appreciate them, to make sure that in this difficult journey, we are with them. Our funeral clients as well, we have made every avenue to ensure that wherever they are, in the most remote areas of the kingdom, they can access us, which is the reason why we have the widest branch network, 12 so far, and still looking at adding more branches like my colleague, Mrs. Akila Zwane was saying. So all this, and coming back to United Pay as well, we recently introduced or launched a product, Umlamleli, and vele we are saying, during a difficult time, we want to be there for you. We had a Shesha loan as well, which we still sell, which is a loan that is basically saying, for a short period of time when you need monies that are not so huge, you must not be looking around and finding no solution. We are there for you. And even as United General Insurance, that's why we have our legal insurance where we are saying, don't talk to me, but talk to my lawyer. Whose lawyer is that? It's your lawyer through United Holdings. So we are making every effort to ensure that all our services are accessible and all our services can become a solution to these challenges that our customers are having. Now, in the letter that we sent out to our customers, we are saying in the midst of the pandemic, in the midst of the challenges that you might be going through as a United Holdings client, sinawe indlela yonke, meaning we understand the challenges that you are going through. We want to work with you during the times of difficulty. We want to provide a solution during the time of difficulty. We want to visit you during the time of difficulty. We want to stand with you during the time of difficulty. We want to offer you a solution during the time of difficulty. So in United Holdings, Malangeni, sinawe indlela yonke. All the step of the way, we want to work with you. We want to understand what you are going through. We want you to speak to us. This very program that you have put together, Mr. Pere and Ms. Lamini, is one of the initiatives where we are saying, while our customers are at the comfort of their homes, we want them to relax. We want them to find a solution after hours. How beautiful can that be? After 5 p.m., you are able to connect and speak to the Chief Operations Officer. You are able to connect and speak to the General Manager Operations. You are able to connect and speak to any of the managers within these different entities that are under United Holdings and get your solution while you are enjoying your coffee at home, while you are at the comfort of your home with your children. We are opening ourselves to our clients beyond the normal working hours. We are opening ourselves, providing an avenue of access for our clients to speak to us and ask us questions so we can provide a solution for them. This is why we are saying, Single United Holdings, sinawe indlela yonke. We want to work with you every step of the way. We want to stand with you throughout the times. Thank you, Mr. Pere.
Well, thank you, Mr. Ndlovu. I think this was well thought through. Definitely, like I had explained earlier on, all our business units, the different business units definitely want to work with you. So we are with you all the way. I don't want to waste too much time. I know we are quickly running out of time. I want to move on to Mr. Zwane. Mr. Zwane, the second wave is come and gone. Back end of last year, 2020, right up to January, it was a difficult time for the country at large, for the business. A lot of life was lost. We experienced some difficulties in terms of operations. Would you like to talk to us about that and some of the issues that we had to deal with and how we came up with resolutions or solutions to overcome?
Thank you, Aidan. Yeah, the COVID pandemic, in particular, the second wave, wasn't easy for anyone. I know it's our job to settle claims, and we did as much as we could to settle them in the promised time. But it wasn't very simple. It wasn't very easy. We would face situations whereby a family would come over and tell us that this person has passed away, particularly on the funeral business. This person has passed away. What about the beneficiary? Because in insurance, you only deal with one person, the beneficiary. And you'd be told that the beneficiary is in intensive care. They are COVID positive as well. And myself, I cannot just go to wherever that person is because of all those restrictions and the nature of COVID being COVID. We could not go to we could not go to verify those facts. So it was very, very difficult. We had to forego some principles of insurance and learn principles of humanity. We have strategic ways to sort what is on your plate at the moment. If I may dwell much, Mr. If you may allow me to dwell on the funeral business, we had lots and lots of queues. You'd come here at 8 in the morning, you'd find a long queue outside. You would think it's in national elections or grant giving or something like that. People had come over for their claims. Hence, we had to change our strategies. We then had to allow our branches, which are all over the country, about 12 of them, to start processing claims as well, so that we can reduce the queues in Manzini. And then we lengthened our hours. We come here at 7, leave at 9. But in actual fact, we left when no one was here because we wouldn't send people back just because it's closing time. So it was very, very difficult. The staff was stretched. And as I've said, we've got a 2-hour promise on settlement of claims. That promise was difficult to maintain. Therefore came this news, these perceptions, these rumors stating that we have since run out of funds. Yeah, that was tough because we can't say, okay, let's look at my bank account, I have funds. But the only thing we can tell that the funds are there is to continue paying claims. As proof that the funds were there, we did have the funds. Today we are still standing. We are still settling claims. We are still an ongoing business. We do want to assure our customers that we are regulated. Whenever the regulator feels that you are running out of funds, they do some kind of intervention, which was never done for us. The only issue was the fact that the staff was stretched. Our strategy was we could not have all the staff working in the office because should one staff member be infected, then infect everyone in the office and those people would have to go to isolation and then no one would have to remain minding the offices. Hence, we had the skeleton staff at the worst possible time. But I'm happy to say that everyone was paid. We don't even have a single customer who said they were not paid because we had run out of funds. Those were just rumors. Maybe it was because of frustrations or other untoward reasons from other people. But it was very, very tough. Had to alter operations, and the customers were not being serviced in as efficient manner we are known for. In a nutshell, perhaps I can leave it at that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zwane. I think you have said it well. We came out clean on the other end. The rumors of those people who were peddling those unfortunate and rumors were just being malicious. the business, like you said, never had at any point failed to pay claims, and the business is as healthy going forward. Thank you very much, Mr. Zwani. I want to conclude, well, I'm cutting my questions short so that we can go to Simpiwe. I will say this one is the last one. There is ongoing, maybe I'll pose this one to Mr. Ndo. There is ongoing speculation of a third wave, which has already reported an increase in numbers of people affected. We are watching the news, South Africa has gone on lockdown. What measures are you putting in place to avert the effects of third wave at United Holdings?
Thank you, Mr. Berry. Yeah, a very tough question indeed, other than to say our level of preparedness has increased given the experiences we had that Sakile was speaking to earlier on. What we have done, particularly to ensure that we are adequately prepared, we have invested in systems to capacitate, to ensure that our employees are able to work from home. A certain percentage is able to work from home, and ensure that customer servicing is not affected. So from an employee perspective, which ties in with disease and infection control as a strategy, we have made sure that we invest in systems, we invest in work from home technologies. And then from a client perspective, we have also ensured that our customer touching points do allow for customers to speak to us and transact with us without necessarily having to visit our offices. You and I will appreciate that the virus does not move on its own. It is transmitted from human to human. And if we are to avoid infections, it is important that we limit movements as much as possible, those that are not necessary. We do believe as United Holdings that most of the transactions that we have between ourselves and the clients are not necessary. Clients can speak to us, touch base with us seamlessly in our digital platforms. We therefore have made sure that we have digital platforms that include this very channel, Facebook, LinkedIn. We have platforms that allow customers to pay to us without having to visit our offices. They can pay via email, they can pay via Momo, they can pay via EFTs, they can pay via bank transfers. They don't have to visit our offices for transactions. They can also send our application documents or claim documents via our website. Our website has been developed in such a way that it allows for transacting with us. We are able to pick up the information from there, from the clients, so the customers don't have to visit us at all. We also have a dedicated call center which speaks to the customers, which transacts with customers. We have a toll-free number which customers can speak to us on. They can also call us, or they can also send us messages on our WhatsApp number. I'm believing you'll be able to share those numbers with our customers so that they can seamlessly speak to us without having to travel to our offices. So in a nutshell, those are the initiatives that we've put in place, Mr. Berry. I cannot at this stage divulge some of the strategic initiatives that we are busy with behind the scenes that will ensure that our customers can speak to us without having to visit our offices. And then from a capitalization point of view that Mr. Zwani was speaking to, with regards to some unfortunate news that were being pickled, that we were no longer able to settle claims, I need to assure our viewers, our clients, and the nation at large that we are adequately capitalized for the payment of funeral claims or for any other claims for that matter. We have reinsurance partners that also participate on our programs that ensure that we are able to settle claims as we are supposed to. And our shareholders as well, they periodically capitalize the businesses as and when necessary. And as for the funeral company, we have enough reserves to ensure that our customers, in the event they have claims that have to be settled, there is absolutely no reason for us not to settle claims, which is why we are the only entity that settles claims within 2 hours after the submission of the required documents. We wouldn't be able to settle claims within 2 hours if we did not have adequate capital. So in a nutshell, one can never be fully prepared for a pandemic like the coronavirus, but we believe the learnings from the first and the second wave have given us some kind of idea as to what we should have in place and what we should be able to do to ensure that when the third wave comes, if it does come, we pray to God that it doesn't, we are able to service our customers without difficulty. This very platform is testimony of our strategic direction in terms of digitalizing most of our services and ensuring that we are reachable outside of the conventional physical contact. Thank you, Mr. Bear.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ndlovu. I don't want to dilute what you have been saying by adding to it or taking away from it. Simpiwe, before I hand over to you, I just want to give our customers our contacts one more time. Our toll-free number, 800-1010, 800-1010, and you call and talk to our customer service center for free. Our WhatsApp number is 7808-8050. You'll get a hold of someone and on that platform who will talk to you or assist you. We have our website where you can complete some of the forms. If you have an interest in taking up a new policy, you'll find forms there, or you want to initiate a claims process, you'll find forms there as well. Please go to www.united.co.az. And for those customers who want to take up the loans, it's an HTTPS uploans.united.co.az. Simply, it's over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Whedon. I can see your hand. Stay has joined us on Zoom platform. May you please write your question on the chat section so that we can read it. For now, I would want to share, before I share probably a question that we received on Facebook. It would be to appreciate what United Holdings is actually doing for the nation. The types of products that we are working on are quite great, and it's one of our customers on Facebook said United Holdings provide accommodative insurance. We accommodate everyone as well as per our promise in our Indlela Yonke, whatever need that we have that probably that comes to insurance or financial services in terms of money, we are there to assist you. Should you need money to probably go pay school fees, or you have emergencies that you need to attend to, we definitely are there to assist you. We provide up to 20,000 emalangeni, yes, not just the 10,000 that we are aware of. Yes, we provide up to 20,000 emalangeni and up to 24 months to actually pay those loans. We have one question probably that may be directed to Mr. Zwane here. Someone is asking that, do I get cash back if I did not claim for years on your products that you're offering? Mrs. Zwane.
Thank you, Simpiwe. A lovely question. Thank you for that. He said the cancer products, right? The cancer products. That's okay. Okay. On the funeral products, we do not have cashback. On the health, we don't have cashback as yet, but we're working on it. On UGI, we have what we call an NCB, which is called a no claims bonus. Let's say if you are paying 10,000 emalangeni this year on your vehicle, if you don't bump anything, definitely next year you will get a discount, which means it's almost the same thing, it's just that we ask you to pay less than you were supposed to. The cash, no, but you do get discounts as the years go by if you do not involve yourself in an accident. I think that would be my response to the question.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Wine. I think probably to just inform our clients and our followers out there, we are still a fairly new company, almost 5 years old as United Holdings. There's still great products and packages that we are going to be bringing as years go by. We are there listening to what you are saying. Do send your comments. Do send your questions. It could be here on the platforms that we are accessing. It could be on our emails, info@united.co.za. We want to hear from you. We want to hear what you want. As per our promise in our we want to find out how you would want us to be with you all the way. So do share your comments. Do share your questions on our emails, on our WhatsApp number, which is 7808-8050. 7808-8050. You'll be able to attend to your questions. Should you have any question about your insurance products, anything that you may want. The reason we have this show is to make sure that you get the information as is, because hearsay kind of, the information is usually distorted. So you have to get the information the way it is, the way it's supposed to be. So do not be afraid to contact us. And we have a toll-free number, 800-1010. The toll-free number is for you to use. You don't need to have an airtime. Some people have quite a lot of things to ask or to say. So the toll-free number is quite helpful for them, so that you can ask us, and you may have 5 policies and want to check all the details on all of them. So do call that toll-free number to get information. I think I've said a mouthful, Mr. Whedon.
Yes, you have, and you are forgetting one thing, Simpiwe. At the beginning of the show, I promised that if some of these customers stay with us right to the end, they stand a chance to win.
Oh yes, definitely. How do we get this goodies? We say we don't.
Well, every show we are giving away something.
That's
so
why
ask the question, the first person to get that answer right, they win something. I don't know what you're giving away this week, though.
It's a mystery prize. It's a mystery prize. I have something good. I never give away something that's not worth giving away. Definitely, we love our customers at home. I do have a question that I probably would want to ask our customers, to make sure that they were listening and they do know who United Holdings is, because today's show was basically about unpacking who United Holdings is. So my question for this week is we are actually going to announce the winner in our next show, which is next week. So the first one that is going to get the question correct is going to walk away with the mystery prize. It's one of the items on the prize will do well now in winter, because it's a bit cold and it's a bit warm. So
I'm not giving away any clues.
You can give me a Mr. Ferre. So our question for this week is how many which are the subsidiaries that are under United Holdings? What are the subsidiaries that are under United Holdings? And also name one product that each of the subsidiaries provides. So the question is, let me repeat it again. What are the subsidiaries that are under United Holdings? And name just one product that each of the companies provides. Believe me, you are going to love what I have to offer as a prize for that one that is going to get the answers correct. We are going to announce the winner next week. So I hope you've been listening throughout the show.
Thanks, Simpiwe. It's such an easy question. I wish I could respond to that. Thanks very much.
It's not actually open to United Holdings employees. No, it's not open to United Holdings employees. Only customers.
Well,
maybe not some cousins, but yeah, only customers.
Unfortunately, isn't it for me? Shame. But anyway, thanks very much, Simpiwe. I think we should be closing now. I just want to appreciate our Chief Operations Officer for taking the time to be with us and respond to some of the questions that we had. Thank you very much, Mr. Ndov. we hope to host you again sometime later.
My absolute pleasure, Mr. Bere and Ms. Dlamini. It's been a great show for me. I just want to encourage our customers to ensure that they do not miss this opportunity of interacting with us, this opportunity of conversing with us every week at the comfort of their homes. Please do not feel the offices have closed. At United Holdings, we do not close. That's why we are saying Sinawe indlela yonke. So after 5, do make sure that every Thursday you tune in, you speak to us. We are available for you, to stand with you, to walk with you every step of the way. Sinawe indlela yonke. Thank you so much for connecting with us and for speaking to us this evening. Do ask us questions. Do send through your questions any time of the week. We will compile them. We will make sure that we respond to you on whatever issue you have, be it on products, be it on servicing, anything, be it on the pandemic itself. We are ready for you every step of the way. Singing United Holdings, Sinawe indlela yonke. Thank you so much. It's been a beautiful evening for me speaking to you on this show.
It was a pleasure having you, Mr. Ndlovu. Mr. Zwane, your closing parting words?
Thank you, Mr. Bere. It's always a pleasure having to address the customers, the prospective customers, and the nation at large. I'm really humbled. Thank you for this opportunity. It's unfortunate that we live in a digital world whereby meetings do not end with refreshments, but that's okay nonetheless. But we do appreciate our customers. We did have a question. Can I apply for a policy at home? Do you have the application forms in the website? Yes, to that customer, the answer is an absolute yes. We do have our forms. Every form is there. And whenever you feel there is something missing in the website, please, Assistant EmaSwati, do give us a shout on 810, which is the toll free. You can visit our offices. Yes, we do encourage people to take up covers while they're at home. Since this would be the first of many other shows, I believe you'll have various other guests on this show as well. Looking forward to the show. I foresee a great year for the show. Congratulations, Widen and Simpiwe for launching the show. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Zwane. Thank you very much. I think, this has been a good start, and we are promising our customers, our followers, that the rest of this year, every Thursday, we will be having something exciting. So do not move away from this platform. Keep a lookout for our announcements, our projects that are underway. We are going to be launching new projects. So just keep a watch on this platform. Thank you very much. I want to thank all the participants for making the time, the customers who joined us. Thank you very much, our followers. Please, if you are not following us, start now. Click that button to follow United Holdings Eswatini. Thank you very much. I pray that you have a good night. Go well. Good night. Bye. Simpiwe, your mic is.
Hey, technology, Mr. Technology happens. Technology happens.
I know it came by ship.
Oh yes. As we roll out, as we close our program this week, may I encourage our followers to turn off the notifications so that they can know whenever we go live and whenever we are posting something. Do tune in tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. We'll be live here on Facebook, and we'll also be live on radio and VOC FM. We'll be with United Health Insurance, so do tune in to find out what they have in store for you. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I already see a comment there with some answers. Thank you, David, for being part of the our meeting. Thank you, Sandile Lamini. Thank you, Kolisani. Thank you, Sanzi Siwe. We have quite a number of people that joined us here on Zoom. We really appreciate you. Thank you. If you have tuned in on Facebook, thank you so much for being with us. We hope to see you next week. Do take care. And COVID-19 is still there. Please do take the necessary precautions to keep safe, to keep yourself and your loved ones safe. Wear your mask. We couldn't wear our mask because you needed to see how nice we are, how cleaned up we can be. But thank you so much for tuning in. We are definitely going to be wearing our masks after this one. Thank you, Mr. Perry. That's why you wear your mask. That's why you wear your mask. So thank you so much. Enjoy your evening. We will see you next time.